Hello everyone, I'm here at the NFU North Bucks branch meeting here with Chairperson Richard Heady. Now I've been on my travels and learning about farming all over the world and specifically on the topic of leadership, but Richard, could you tell us a little bit more about this area of farming, what you do yourself and sort of your contribution to agriculture?
So we have a mixed farm. This is quite a mixed farming area, so there's a lot of cattle and sheep as well as the arable crops and combinable crops around here. So yeah, it's quite important we get people like Chris to come and talk to us and help us learn from the rest of the world really. It's quite easy just to look at what your neighbours are doing and what you're doing. I think it's really important that we get out there and learn what people are doing, what works throughout the world, and see how we can apply it at home.
Mm-hmm. And what's special about Winslow? I noticed we've got the picture of the cattle being shown. There's an event here, isn't there?
Yeah, well, Windsor is kind of your typical old market town, and sadly it's lost its proper cattle market. Every year it still holds its Winter Fatstock Show, which takes over the centre of the town, and for one day only every year it's full of cattle and sheep again. And then the prize-winning beast normally comes back to the Bell, the pub, for a beef night, which is kind of really good at that kind of farm to fork kind of experience. People don't often see the connection between beef and beef cattle.
Well, yeah, and the funny thing is, actually, I've seen a photo with the winning animal actually stood in the bar, so that's definitely quite unique. Now, Richard, you do a lot with social media, sort of talking about what you do on your farm on a day-to-day basis with your local farm, isn't it?
Yeah.
So could you tell us a little bit more about that, please?
I think once upon a time everyone knew a farmer, so they knew how their food was produced, whereas now there's a bit of disconnect coming, and I think it's really important if I can show people how we are making the food that they're eating. There's a bit more connect. They feel like they can ask someone a question and we're not just this kind of faceless person chewing some straw. They actually know a farmer, and if they had any inquiries, you just give me a message and we'll have a chat about it, and they can learn the real story behind their food rather than one they might find in a newspaper.
Yeah, well, no, it's good, and it's been very successful. I think people can resonate what's going on farm. I think it helps, particularly when people are interacting with the countryside, whether they're walking or running. Just actually getting in amongst it because they can see it from a farmer's perspective. Now, my final question that I always ask everyone, because my Nuffield topic is leadership. Richard, what does leadership mean to you?
I think, to me, it means setting a good example. So whether it's the leadership we're taking with people on farms, so we're showing the safe way to do things or the way we think is good for food production and the environment, or whether it's leadership as in who we look to, who we look up to in the industry and who we think we can learn from.
Brilliant. No, thank you. Well, I've really enjoyed this evening with all the North Bucks NFU members. We had some great interaction, and thoroughly recommend anyone coming to speak to an NFU group and sharing the Nuffield knowledge. Thank you.
Thank you.